Feet versus belly, the ultimate battle. Is it possible to outwalk and outrun a bad diet? Can my inactive feet defeat my overactive belly's junk food cravings and shrink this belly down for good? Well, I'm going to do 2 million steps in the next 100 days to find out. And I'm going to be streaming live on YouTube throughout the weeks, so you can join in, you can follow along, you can check in on my progress and see if it's actually possible. 2 million steps, 100 days, sounds daunting, but honestly, this challenge is for complete beginners to health and fitness. And as a positive consequence of completing this challenge, what I really hope to do is reduce my body fat percentage and get rid of this belly, but also increase my mobility, my endurance, my strength, and my overall health. I'm not sure if you saw my previous video, there should be a link up there, where I announced that I'm doing a 400-day challenge to become Wolverine. Basically, can I get superhero fit in 400 days and ultimately as jacked as Hugh Jackman? Crikey. So this is phase 1 of that challenge. So why do any of this? Why try and do 2 million steps in 100 days? Why try and get superhero jacked in 400 days? Why? Well, there are genuinely a few issues that I need to address. And number 1, I don't use my feet. What do you mean you don't use your feet? You're literally stood here talking to us right now. Yeah, fair enough. Yep, that's an over-exaggeration. What I'm trying to say is basically since COVID, over the last 2.5 years, I have kind of stopped doing anything and I rarely use my feet at all. My ass gets more action than my feet do. Whoa, 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 not what you're thinking. Mind out the gutter. This is a health and fitness video. I'm talking about sitting. All I do is sit. When I'm working from home, I'm sitting. When I'm working from the office, I'm sitting. When I'm traveling to and from the office, I'm sitting. When I'm gaming, I'm sitting. When I'm eating, I'm sitting. When I'm watching movies, I'm sitting. When I'm shopping, I'm sitting and it gets delivered. When I'm getting takeaways, I'm sitting and it gets delivered. Sitting, sitting, sitting is all I ever do, and my feet barely get used. And yet my belly gets everything it wants. All kinds of junk. Pizzas, burgers, fries, soda, fried chicken, donuts, you name it, I shove it in my mouth. Again, mind out the gutter, this is a health and fitness video. Your filthy minds. Right, so my inactive feet and a lack of movement plus my overactive belly and an excess of calories have resulted in me basically getting fat. But worse than that, it's actually resulted in some potentially serious health issues. So I've recently undertaken a number of health and fitness tests to find out exactly what's going wrong with my body. And these tests included body measurements using a measuring tape, an at-home fitness test that pretty much anyone can do, trying on my old clothes to see if I still fit in them, and importantly, a pathology test, so full blood work, a DEXA scan to measure my body fat percentage, and a doctor's consultation to find out if there's any other issues. Now, the results are in and things are looking terrible. The body measurements, my belly is way too fat, my chest, arms and legs are way too small. The at-home fitness test, here are the results and all the exercises I did. I'm way too weak, way too unfit. This is terrible. The clothes test, as you can see, trying on clothes that I used to wear 8, 10, 12 years ago. Do I still fit in them? Clearly not. I'm clearly too fat for the clothes that I used to wear on a regular basis. Obviously, things need to change. And now here we have the very important test results from the blood tests, the DEXA scan, and the doctor's visit. I have a fatty liver, which is dangerous. My cholesterol is completely out of whack. That's not good at all. And I've also got 200% visceral fat and 19.5% body fat. All of this can result in stroke, heart disease, and heart attack. So now we know what's wrong with me. The question is, how am I actually going to do the 2 million step challenge? Like, how's it all structured? How's it all measured? Well, let me tell you. Okay, let's break this down. So, beginners section, it is for beginners. 2 million steps, 100 days. It sounds like a lot, but if you break it down over 100 days, that's 20,000 steps a day, and you're definitely not going to be doing all 20,000 in one go. You're going to break down the steps across the day. Now I'm going to be doing 4 different types of step throughout this challenge: casual walking, brisk walking, jogging, and zone 2 training. Now here is a quick definition of zone 2 training. You're basically fast jogging or slow running to the point where your heart rate is around 60 to 70% of your maximum. The ratio that I'm going to be doing the casual and brisk steps versus jogging and zone 2 training will shift over time. At the very beginning of this challenge, I will predominantly be doing casual and brisk steps. I need to build up my body. I need to get used to moving again. So it's going to be about 15,000 steps, or 75% of the steps will be casual and brisk. And then the last 25% or 5,000 steps will be brisk to jogging. So a lot of it will just be walking around, and then some of it will just be light jogging like this. Now by day 60, that's going to totally shift to a 50-50 split. So it will be 50% casual, brisk and jogging, and then the last 50% will be totally zone 2 training. And that's by day 60. So you're 2 months into the challenge. Day 60, you should be able to do 10,000 steps zone 2 training. And so for the last 40 days, that will be the split. Now, any additional training I'm going to be doing? Yes, I am going to be doing some additional training. Let me be very clear, 2 million steps, 100 days is the bulk of this challenge. This is what this challenge is all about. Can I outwalk and outrun a bad diet? Can my feet defeat this fat belly? So that is always going to be the main focus of this challenge. However, I've already shown you guys I'm super weak. I can do about 6 push-ups, no pull-ups, no chin-ups. I need to build up a base level of strength to be fit and healthy. So I'm going to be doing calisthenics to support the steps. This is also going to help me with my body bracing and my posture. By calisthenics, I mean pull-ups, chin-ups, dips, leg raises, push-ups and squats, body squats, not weighted. So I'm going to be doing no actual weights. It's all basic calisthenics for the next 100 days. And I'm going to start off really slow. So literally, this is going to be 2 sets of 5 push-ups in a day. This is going to be 3 sets of 1 pull-up, 3 sets of 1 chin-up in a day. Super, super basic stuff, just to build up a very base level of strength. Additionally, flexibility is very important to be flexible, especially as you get older like I'm getting. So flexibility training will help me, one, very importantly, minimize any injuries that I might get from all this running. And it's also going to help me when I'm limber. It's going to help me with my posture as well. So calisthenics and flexibility both support the 2 million step challenge. They're not really massive additions to it, they're supporting it. I'm not going to be going off doing 10-kilometer swims. I'm not going to be going off doing 10-kilometer rows and 2-hour weight sessions every day and not telling you guys. This is all I'm going to be doing on this challenge. Okay, now finally, and very, very importantly, measuring. How am I going to measure the steps? How am I going to keep track of all my steps? And how am I going to measure that this has been a success or a failure? It's not going to be a failure. I'm going to do this. How are we going to measure from start to finish it's been a success? Well, number one, Fitbit. I'm tracking my steps with my Fitbit. Now, if you've seen this video up here, 12,000 steps a day for 30 days, I made this at the beginning of COVID. So this video was made purely just to encourage people to move around their houses while they're on lockdown. There are a number of mistakes that I made. One of them was to keep my Fitbit on my arm while I was gesticulating and moving. This counts steps. As you move around, I'm not moving my legs. This will count steps. So that was a mistake that I made on that video. I don't want to make that mistake again. I want to purely count my steps. So what I'm going to do to keep this more accurate is I'm going to wear this around my ankle. I'm just going to tuck it in an old piece of sock, which I've cut the bottom off, and I'm going to put that around my ankle, and I'm going to walk around all day, just like that. However, there is one exclusion to this, and that is when I'm on a treadmill. So as I'm on a treadmill running, I'm going to get myself out of breath doing this, but as I'm on a treadmill running, my arm is going to be in time with my foot, and this will record roughly, most accurately, how many steps I'm doing on a treadmill. I don't want to wear it around my ankle when there's a chance of it flying off and breaking, and then I've got to buy a new Fitbit. Don't want that. While I'm on a treadmill, it should all be in time. It should be pretty accurate. So the rest of the time, it's going to be around my ankle. Treadmill, it's going to be on my wrist. Number two, body shots. I'm going to take 360-degree body photos of myself every single day with 2 different lighting setups. This is a neutral lighting setup with lights here and here. If I turn this light off, this is a more complementary lighting setup with a nice shadow being cast across my moobs and my belly. So influencers usually use this one for the end of their challenge and the more neutral setup with this light on as well at the beginning. It's a bit cheaty, it's a bit of a con. I'm going to do things different. I'm going to turn this one back on. I'm going to take 2 sets of photos and 2 sets of videos every single day. one set with this neutral lighting setup and one set with the complementary lighting setup and the shadow cast on me. So to keep things honest and fair and open, you'll be able to check out both sets of photos. I'll do a time lapse with both sets of photos, and I'll also take videos every single day so you can see, without lying, without using any lighting tricks or anything, how much my body has changed from start to finish. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the beard down. A lot of fitness influencers grow a beard out at the beginning, mostly the men, at the beginning of their challenges, and then they shave it off at the end. Now, if I was just to go and trim my beard down right now, I would immediately look thinner. I would immediately look younger. I'm going to trim this right down at the beginning and keep it the same length throughout, so there's sort of honesty and openness, and you can see if I lose any fat in my face. Cool. Okay, so that is how I'm going to measure my steps, and that is how I'm going to take my body shots every single day, honestly and openly with you guys. How am I going to measure the rest of this challenge? I'm going to measure it through trying on my old clothes again. Do I fit in my old clothes that I don't currently fit in now, that I showed you earlier on? I'm going to redo my body measurements with the measuring tape to see what's shrunk and what's grown. Mind out the gutter. This video is very innuendo filled. And then I'm going to do a full fitness test, at-home fitness test again. How do I measure from the beginning to the end? Am I faster? Am I stronger? Can I do more? Then finally, I'm going to do blood tests, my full blood work again, make sure that my liver is doing much better than it is and that my cholesterol's better. I'm going to do a DEXA scan again to see if I've reduced my body fat percentage and my visceral fat percentage. And I'll see a doctor to make sure that all the results are good and everything's looking groovy. And there we go, guys. That's exactly how I'm going to be measuring everything on this challenge and sharing it all openly, honestly, and accurately with you so we can see together, is it even possible to do 2 million steps in 100 days? I'm literally going to find out. And can my feet finally defeat this fat belly and shrink it down for good? I really hope so, because I'm sick and tired of having it. But before I start, and before I let you know when I'm going to be streaming, which is today, but I'll let you know the times in a second, I'm just going to go and shave this beard off, you know, for the photos, like I said earlier. So 3, 2, 1. And there we go. Look at that. Look at that. It's all gone. It's all gone. But I feel good, guys. I feel weird, but I feel great. I feel like this is the first step to really just getting into this challenge, and I feel like I can make a change. And if I can make a change, you can make a change. Let's do it together. Like I said, I'm going to be live streaming. So check out the community tab on the main channel page. I'm going to be posting times that I'm going to be streaming on there. But the stream is literally starting in 9 hours time. So I'm streaming today. Today is the 16th of June, 2024. If you're in the West Coast of the United States, I'll be streaming at 2 p.m. If you're in the East Coast of the United States, that time will be 5 p.m. And if you're in London, in the UK, that time will be 10 p.m. today, Sunday, the 16th of June, 2024. For me, it's going to be tomorrow morning. So in Australia, here on the East Coast, that's 7 a.m. So I got to be up early tomorrow to make sure the stream's working, to stream the first steps with you guys on this 100-day challenge. I can't wait. It's exciting. I hope to see you there. Follow along. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you just pop some comments in the comments below. See if, you know, what you think of this challenge. See if you've done something similar. See if you want to join in. If you're going through something similar to me and feeling really terrible and feeling really unhealthy, let me know. Hopefully we can all do this together. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm going to be streaming. Like I say, 3 times a week. I'll see you in about 9 hours. Oh, right. I'll see you there. Bye.